I'll never forget the way that boardroom went quiet. You know, the kind of silence that makes your skin prickle, the kind you only get right before the truth drops like a bomb. My husband, Mark, sitting at the head of the table, confident as ever, not realizing I was holding the one piece of paper that would end it all. His new assistant, Amber, so sure she'd already replaced me, the whole circus thinking they'd already written me out of my own story. But here's how it really happened. I'm Julia. I'm 42. I built this company, Holstead Grove, from scratch with my husband. For years we were a team. I did the contracts, the clients, the long nights. Mark handled the handshakes, the speeches, all the stuff that made people trust us. Maybe that's how I missed it, the slow way he started pushing me out. It began small. Mark said we needed fresh blood. Enter Amber Reyes, late 20s, all perfect hair and sharper smiles. She'd always have something nice to say, always just there to help. I trained her myself. Funny, right? At first, I didn't think much of it. Everyone wants a leg up. I'd been the new girl once too. But it wasn't long before Amber was sitting in meetings I didn't even know about. She started answering emails meant for me, sending out proposals under her name, getting a little too comfortable in my chair. One morning, I walked into the conference room and found her running the show, my show, with Mark grinning beside her like they were some kind of dream team. The kicker? She brought me coffee. Extra cinnamon. Just how I like it. Only, I'd never told her that. Mark had. That's when it hit me. This wasn't about some eager assistant moving up. This was about making me disappear, one helpful gesture at a time. I remember standing there, coffee in hand, and feeling so damn small. 11 years of marriage, and Mark had never once made me coffee. Now he was sending it through her. It tasted fake, too sweet, like flattery with a chemical aftertaste. I didn't drink it. I just watched the milk separate, minute by minute, as I realized what was happening. Still, I'm not stupid, and I'm not a quitter. That day, I started digging. I opened the onboarding guide I'd written years ago, the same one Amber should have followed if she were really just shadowing me. But Amber wasn't following. She was rewriting. I combed through contracts, timelines, client notes, emails. There it was, clear as day. My work, my ideas, getting erased and replaced, line by line, with Amber's name. And Mark, he wasn't even hiding it anymore. I found emails he'd sent to legal, saying I was too emotionally invested, that Amber would handle the transition. He copied me by mistake on one of those threads. I guess he forgot who built the damn inbox. You know what that feels like? It's like waking up in your own house and finding someone else's pictures on the wall, someone else wearing your clothes. Anger doesn't cover it. Betrayed isn't enough. It's more like someone reaching inside and flipping your off switch. But here's where it gets good. See, Mark always liked to cut corners. He was the charming one, sure, but he hated paperwork, hated details. Back when we started the company, he'd asked me to hold full ownership, temporarily, just while he finished dissolving his old firm. He never got around to changing it. It was still all in my name, every single share. 100% Julia Simmons. You ever have one of those moments where everything just snaps into focus? I sat there, holding that original agreement, ink on paper, my name and his, and I just started to laugh. All this time they'd been plotting to cut me out, but I'd been the one holding the keys. So, I didn't fight back in the open. Not yet. I bided my time, collected proof. Every fake contract, every forwarded email, every shady edit Amber made. I printed them, highlighted them, made a timeline. Mark and Amber thought I was finished. Hell, most days I felt finished. But there's a certain peace that comes from knowing you have the last word and nobody suspects it. Then, the board called an emergency meeting. Mark said it was about strategic misalignment. I almost laughed out loud. The room was all glass, sunlight pouring in, Amber on his right, legal counsel on his left. I came in last. No entourage, just a slim folder and a steady hand. Mark started with his rehearsed speech, all about operational decisions and moving the company forward. He wouldn't say my name. He didn't have to. I could see the nods, the little glances. They were all in on it, or thought they were. When he was done, I stood up. Calm. Maybe too calm. This, I said, laying the operating agreement on the table, is the original contract. The company is still in my name, all of it. Silence. You could feel the shift, like the air got thicker. I turned the next page. Bank statements, capital investments, all showing me as sole owner. Amber looked like she wanted to disappear. Someone coughed. I handed over a stack, side-by-side comparisons of contracts, originals versus Amber's forgeries. I finished with the email where Mark told legal to move forward without Julia. I didn't need to explain it. It spoke for itself. Mark tried to jump in. If there's been a misunderstanding... No misunderstanding, I cut him off. Just a miscalculation. That got a few eyebrows up. One of the board members finally asked, "So you're confirming you have controlling ownership of Holstead Grove?" "I'm not confirming," I said. "I'm proving it." Right then, I saw it hit him. Mark's hand clenched on his pen. Amber stared at her phone like it might save her. I'd never felt so alive. The legal counsel started flipping through my folder, brow furrowing. The chair read the bylaws out loud, voice a little shaky. According to the rules, I had every right to file a motion. So, I did. I moved to suspend Mark as managing director, effective immediately, pending investigation. And then, the vote. 9 hands raised. 2 stayed down. Even Mark's old friend, our lawyer, wouldn't look at him. Amber was pale, lips pressed tight. The motion passed. Mark just sat there, jaw set, staring at the table. He didn't shout. He didn't fight. He just, finally, looked small. Amber slipped out, high heels silent, not a word. No one stopped her. I stood still, papers in hand. I didn't say anything else. There's power in silence, in letting them sit with the weight of what they tried to do. You know, after it was over, nobody cheered. There were no congratulations, no balloons. Just me, in my old office, no name on the door, looking out at the city. Mark's fancy nameplate gone. Amber's desk cleared out by noon. Even the little succulent she bragged about? Gone. Just like that. And me? I didn't need revenge. Didn't need to rub it in. I just sent out the new calendar, split the clients, got back to work. Some folks in the office started knocking on my door again, like nothing ever happened. Maybe it was easier for them to pretend I never left. Maybe that's what survival looks like. Quiet, steady, not flashy. But I'll tell you this. They tried to erase me with fake kindness and forged contracts. They thought they could take everything I built without me noticing. They were wrong. And if you're wondering if Mark ever apologized or if Amber tried to reach out, nope. That kind of closure doesn't come from the people who try to bury you. It comes the moment you take back your own name and write the ending yourself. So, tell me, justice or just revenge?